Get comfortable talking with coaches. Know what to say, what questions to ask, how to answer questions, and how to prepare yourself for communications in person and on the phone when it comes to interacting with coaches. It's almost not fair to ask you guys at your age, at some of your ages, to get comfortable to talking with those type of authoritative figures, but you got it. There's only one person that's going to get you recruited. That's you. You need to feel comfortable interacting with coaches and getting comfortable building relationships with them one-on-one. Get good grades and good ACT and SAT scores. Academic achievement is just as important as athletic achievement to most of the coaching community. I think we beat that horse to death. Stay committed to constantly improving your skills and work at staying physically fit. You are a member of an incredibly competitive community of athletes with a desire to play college sports. Your natural talent, and we've all known athletes that are incredibly talented, just naturally. They can probably play whatever sport that they want, okay? College sports is going to require any athlete to work at their game. You're not going to have, most people, and 99.9% aren't going to have enough natural ability to just be winging it and swinging it and not investing in camps like this to be able to play college sports. Stay committed to constantly improving your skills. Oh, I said just be a member of a traveling team for better exposure outside of your immediate area. Are any of you guys in AAU basketball at all? Okay, that's a good way to go, you guys. There's a lot of exposure that you can get playing AAU basketball at those tournaments. It is an area that a college coach can go watch one of those tournaments and see a lot of athletes at one time, and that's what they're looking to do, is cover as many potential athletes as they can. Your job is to let that coach know that you're going to be there, you're interested in their school before the actual event. We show people how to do that. Abide by the NCAA or NAIA rules and stay out of trouble on and off the field. Character is key. Believe me when I tell you, coaches do not want to deal with head cases, okay, or guys that can't stay out of trouble. They don't have the time to deal with that stuff. You as an athlete that wants to play in college don't have the same leeway as other students who can screw around, get picked up by the cops, make stupid postings on Facebook and that type of stuff. Because coaches will check that. They want to see that the guy in front of them, when they're sitting there and you're talking with them, is the same guy that you see in the social media and other areas. They're looking for consistency. And if they don't see that, that raises a red flag to them as far as character issues. So be very careful on those things. Moving right along, what the college basketball recruits need to be thinking of beyond your play on the court. 1, grades and test scores to maintain eligibility. 2, staying out of trouble. 3, the drive to continually improve your game. 4, the social website postings. An understanding of what a competitive group you are a member of. An understanding that unless you are the rare blue chip athlete, being recruited takes a lot of hard work and commitment. And your responsibility to personally interact with coaches. One of the many tools that we offer that we think is very, very important is that on an annual basis, at the most on an annual basis, is to set yourself goals to improve your game. And what you have here is just a standard form, and it talks about the 3 areas of goals that you need to be constantly concerned about when it comes to becoming a recruit. 1, athletic goals. Those could be things such as, I'm running a 5.5 40 and I want it down to 5.0 by next year. Academic goals. I got a 2.4 GPA. That's kind of iffy. I need to get it bounced back on up to 3.0. Okay? Or I want to get a 25 on my ACT. Okay? Academics. And finally, recruiting goals. I'm going to contact so many coaches from so many different schools over such a period of time. And hold yourself accountable to those goals as you go through time. Once again, the couple of modules that we have actually touch on each one of those individual goals, and we help you through consultation as far as where you're at and what we need to do to make sure that you exceed your goals. Okay. Any questions on that first handout at all, guys? All righty. I can just ask Mary to pass out the breakdown for me. Parents, any questions so far? I'll stick around after you got any. Feel free to fire away. What we're passing out right now is I wanted to give you guys some specific information on the basketball form of recruitment and give you an idea of what the colleges themselves are offering. How many colleges are offering basketball? How many players are playing basketball at the college level? And if you have any doubt about how competitive it is, this should put an end to that. You'll see here that I make a comment at the top of the page about AAU basketball, that it's a major source of recruitment for college coaches. I already told you the reason why. And that there's approximately 540,000 high school men's basketball players in the United States. The reason why I say that in the United States is that you also got to keep in mind when you're looking at potentially playing at Division I or Division II, you are looking at an international pool of players that you're competing up against. The number of schools per division you'll also see on here: 346 Division I, 289 Division II, and 416 Division III schools. And then it also breaks it down for NAIA and junior colleges. So not a ton of schools when you really take a look at the number. Athletic scholarships available per division. You'll see that Division I has 13 scholarships that they can offer out. You'll also see something that's next to it that says head count. Does anybody know what I mean by any ideas? When it comes to scholarships, there can either be a head count or an equivalency scholarship program. Division I has a head count program. What that means is that if you get recruited for Division I, in most every case, you're going to get a full ride. It means one person gets a full scholarship. One person gets a full scholarship type of thing. Now you also got to keep in mind, less than 1% overall will get a full ride scholarship in college. Excuse me. Less than 1% get a full ride. That's why the financial side of the equation, can you give me a bottle of water, please? The financial side of the equation is very important to also know, and that's the financial aid situation, so that you can maximize your financial packages when it does, when other things that don't revolve around athletics, such as loans, grants, and academic scholarships. An equivalency sport, thanks a lot. An equivalency sport is a little different in that you'll see the number there, 10 full scholarships. What that means is that the coaches for that team get to break down the scholarships into whatever percentages they want and add up to that number. You're going to get a 40% scholarship. You get a 10, you get a full ride, you get a 30. That type of thing, as long as they add up to the total amount of scholarship that they have. That's what an equivalency sport is, or equivalency count is. Okay, on the second page there, you'll see the total athlete participation. In NCAA Division I, a little over 5,000 total athletes nationwide are playing Division I basketball. 4,600 in Division II and 7,100 in Division III. And then you'll also see the NAIA and junior colleges. Do not slough off junior colleges. Junior colleges are a great way to get yourself academically eligible, if you're not, to move on to a potential different Division I, II, or III school from there. They also can offer very nice athletic scholarship packages. Okay, so don't keep junior colleges like, they're not a good option here. They might very well be. You might not know what you want to major in or where you want to go when you get out of high school. I know I was one of those. Okay, junior college allows you to start to ramp up your education and head in that direction without making a total commitment to a four-year school. And you might end up being able to be a little bit closer to home. Academics across all divisions, most coaches would like to see you have a 3.0 GPA or higher, or a 24 ACT is the minimum. That's a guideline. These aren't minimums. These aren't total requirements. These are guidelines that you want to shoot for, okay? All right, questions on the breakdown at all? One last handout for you that I think you should have. That is also a guideline. I can't emphasize enough how this is only a guideline. Based on each individual division, what type of basketball skills and physical characteristics that coaches are looking for per division and per position. And you'll see here that it'll break it down by point guard, shooting guard, your small forward, your power forward, and your center by size and skills. Fire away. You know, I don't know. I wish I could tell you. One thing I don't know as a coach, what I can do is give you the information. It'll depend on the division. But those are the general guidelines. Why they are actually the same height in particular position by division, I couldn't tell you. Well, I don't coach. I just try to get you guys there. Okay? Teach you how to market yourself. So you'll see that breakdown per each division as far as general guidelines. Once again, doesn't mean that if you're not the specific height that is sitting in here for a particular position in a particular division, it doesn't mean that you can't play that position in that division. It's a general guideline. The last thing I want to do is give you information so you feel bad about your opportunity. That's not the case here. Questions on that at all? Okay. The last thing that we're going to do is we're going to distribute just a brochure on our company. We're a company that's truly concerned about helping families in the area. I know from having gone through it that there is almost no sources to help families guide themselves through this recruiting process. And what we're out to do, what our goal is to make sure that any athlete can maximize their opportunity to play college sports. And if at all possible, get you a scholarship. That would be great. But the last thing that we want to do is have athletes in Northeast Wisconsin, which is an area that doesn't have the type of exposure that they might in the other areas, such as Madison or Milwaukee area, have athletes that are as good or better than those athletes, and unfortunately, they don't know how to play the recruiting game and promote themselves. We need to be better than they are in this area, just because of where we live, you guys. Okay? So our goal is to try to help you guys do that. We offer absolutely no sales pressure, no obligation consultations with your family to tell you what we can and what we cannot do for you. And we want to be able to, once again, help in any way that we possibly can. Any general questions on the recruiting process from anybody at all? If not, Mary and I will be just hanging out over to the side after Brian wraps things up here. Feel free to ask us any questions, or if you need additional information at any time, feel free to hop on our website. It's on that information. It's on that brochure. You might learn a little bit more about us. And please let us know if we can help. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. We're good. We're good. I'm so informative they don't have questions.
That's great. That's great. Again, like I said, the reason that we do stuff like this is to make sure that you guys have information on everything. Just the importance of it. If you're not good enough on the basketball floor, it's not going to matter, okay? If you're not good enough in the classroom, it's not going to matter either. So those are the things that you've got to balance out, you've got to know. All that information, all those things, you've got to take in, you've got to know where you've got to be at, and then you've got to make it happen. Just like I tell you guys, right? You're going to get better this week by doing the things that we're doing, okay? But it's up to you guys to make sure that you're getting better the next week, the week after that, okay? Those are the things that you have to do to make sure you push yourselves, okay? Great job today again. We're going to go 9 o'clock tomorrow, 9 to 11. Again, we're only going to go about an hour 15 hard, and then we'll break it down. You know, get all the prizes and T-shirts and all those things out to everybody. And that'll be the week, guys, okay? So great job, okay?